It's such a beautiful evening. I'm going to film this review video outside in my lovely garden. I'm probably going to regret this, but anyway, let's get started. Today I'm very excited because I'm going to talk to you about the Peter McKinnon Nomatic travel camera backpack. Now this bag, I'm sure you've heard of it, everyone's talking about it. I decided I wanted to do a review on this bag because firstly there's some pretty big flaws with the design of this bag, especially if you're a woman, and I want to address that so that you can consider buying it because it is an expensive bag. I mean, it's a great bag, but it's an expensive bag. Secondly, I noticed there aren't that many reviews from people who have actually been using this bag professionally for some time. So I've had this bag for a few months now. I feel like I know it pretty well. I've used it quite a few times for quite a few shoots. I noticed most of the reviews that I've seen so far at least have been first impression reviews and have been mostly done by men. And to be honest, like, the flaws that I'm going to address are things especially to consider if you are a woman. Let's start off talking about the pros, because not all negative, this is a very good bag. Start off, number one, the design. I mean, it's so nice. It's super nice. It's super modern, it's super flush. Secondly, it is made with great materials, it's been made super well, a lot of thought has gone into this. I just wish that they had done a bit more research on the female body. But yeah, I mean the materials are great, like I'm pretty rough with my bags, and yet it looks brand new, not even a scratch. And I mean it's you know, I use it a lot. It's been on public transport, it's been thrown in cars, and it's holding up very well. I'm not going to go too much into the specs of the bag because I'm sure if you're considering buying it you already know everything. I'm sure you know about the very beautiful flush water pouch. I love this. I love that it's magnetic. I mean, why don't all bags have this? Seriously. Just genius, absolute genius. However, there are some things I don't love. Point number one, and this is way easier if I put it on and show you what I'm talking about. The biggest issue is this piece here. It is simply not made with the more feminine form in mind. And let me show you what I mean. If I close this, it cuts straight across my chest and actually makes the side piece here dig into my chest like so, and it's not comfortable. And as you can imagine, when you're carrying a lot of gear, it's actually kind of painful, like borderline painful. Okay, let's start again because I got distracted by a bird that was being extremely loud. Don't film review videos outside. Lesson learned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different levels that you can attach the straps to. But in my experience, it doesn't make any difference. On all levels, it's very uncomfortable. Now this is the lowest level, and as you can see, same problem. Cuts here, and as you can imagine, any of these other levels do the exact same thing but make it worse. So I guess the lowest level is maybe the best. I mean, but this is not, I mean, it's not exactly very professional if you show up and this is happening, nor is it comfortable, especially if you're a little bit shy like I am. And as I said, it doesn't really matter at what level you put it on, you still get the same thing. It just cuts into the chest. And now you might think that, like, loosening or tightening the strap would make it better, but honestly I've tried almost every level. Doesn't make a difference. It still cuts into the chest, and as you can imagine, when you have a lot of gear in this bag, I mean, because that's what this bag is made for, right? It's for packing a lot of gear into, including some clothes. It gets a little bit painful. It actually means that I have started to avoid using these pieces altogether. And actually my other backpacks, I do use this quite a lot because I just find it just stabilizes the bag that much more on your back. And when you're carrying so much gear, obviously you want that stabilization. It's really important to have that stabilization so that the weight is balanced on your back and not throwing you around as you walk around. My second issue with this bag is somewhat similar. It revolves around this piece here. I don't know if you can see so well as it's quite black, but there's a piece that sticks out here. I thought that over time this would get softer, but I just find it a little bit hard. Again, this is a kind of female issue, so when a woman walks, obviously her hips are moving like this, which means that if you have something stuck against your, your lower back, this movement is happening against it. And it can get quite painful. I've actually had a rub from this bag before. Alleviated by not using these straps, then it's actually quite fine. But personally, I really like hip straps because when you're carrying a very heavy weight, it puts more weight on the hips, and I am more strong in my lower body, so I prefer to carry the weight with my lower body as opposed to everything being on my shoulders. But with this bag, I find that I have to go between, like I have to be walking like this and then I'm done sometimes, just to minimize the friction on my lower back. And the third, final, and arguably maybe the most important drawback to this bag is the price, because it's not cheap. With that being said, I mean, you do get what you pay for. It's a really great bag. I mean, it's expensive because obviously the materials used are probably expensive. In conclusion, this is actually a very good bag. Don't get me wrong, this is not like meant to be some kind of hate video on Peter McKinnon or Nomatic. I am a big fan of both. I love Peter McKinnon's videos, I use Nomatic products. I think this is a great bag. I more made this video because, who knows, Peter McKinnon, Nomatic, if you're listening, just can you consider this a bit more the next time you make your bag? We've also got to appreciate that there are not many women videographers or photographers. When these companies are designing products, they're thinking of the archetypical customer, right? And in most cases, that would be cameramen. I mean, it's in the word, men. The vast majority of photographers, of videographers, are male. And therefore, of course, you would design products to fit the male physique as opposed to the female physique. And I get that, it makes sense. I would just really love to one day see a bag like this, a camera bag for travel as well, made for women. That would be great. Too much to ask for? Maybe. Anyway, how about you? Let me know. Has your experience with the bag been similar? Let me know in the comments below. Does it fit on the chest for you? Maybe it's just my experience, I'm not sure. Yeah, let me know. And of course, please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Oh, can't believe I just said that.